Welcome to CNET's live coverage of Samsung's Unpacked event. Today, we're expecting the Note 9 and maybe some other things. I'm Ayaz Akhtar alongside Bridget Carey and Jeff Bacalar. We'll be talking about all the rumors on the Note 9 before we head on over to Samsung's live stream. If you guys have any questions or comments about what's coming up from Samsung, let us know. Tweet us with the hashtag CNETLive. All right, guys, there have been tons and tons of reports that are poured out everywhere about the Galaxy Note 9. Bridget, can you kind of break it down as to what we think we know at this point?
I can do that, but it feels like, yeah, there is so much. It's just, no, I'm wondering what will be surprised about this phone, because we have colors already leaked with images. You got a phone that, with all the leaked images, looks pretty much the same as the Note 8, but you have blue with a yellow stylus.
Ooh.
Snazzy. And you have a copper color and a black color. And also the stylus has a button on it that, if you look at documents filed with the FCC, this button has Bluetooth. So we're talking about a stylus that maybe can be a Bluetooth controller for something. If it's got Bluetooth, you know, why would you need the button? Maybe you'll control things like taking a photo or changing music. I don't know. And then you also have Fortnite. Fortnite. Everyone's talking about that as being something that's tied in with
I'm sorry, what?
Fortnite.
There's a game called Fortnight, I heard.
I've
heard about it.
I'll read up on it.
From the youth of America, I've heard that there's this battle royale game of some kind.
Yes, it's called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yeah, there was a rumor that Fortnite will launch with the Note or some kind of, because that's going to be coming out soon for Android, and that's going to be working through Epic Games' own thing. That's a whole separate aside as how's that game's going to be distributed, which is very weird.
But the buzz is that this is going to be something that if you pre-order, it can come with it in some special package. Maybe you get like in-game money to spend. Is it enough to make you go, oh, I need it right now. I'm a Fortnite fan. I'm going to switch my phone. You know, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting if someone was like, this game's only on that phone. I'm going to switch my phone because of a video game.
That'd be an amazing coup. Like, that's it. It's for Android. This one Android. That's it.
Not going to happen.
Don't try to sideload it anywhere else. It'll know.
Yeah.
Any of these rumors get you excited, Jeff? Because they're talking about the Note. I could hold up my Note 8 and people would go, oh, that's the 9, right? No, this is the 8. Just from all the rumors, they apparently look almost exactly the same.
Well, the fingerprint scanner is supposed to be a little different,
They're gonna
right?
shift it slightly over from the rumors.
That's a big deal. Form factor's a big deal, right? Didn't people hate the placement of the one on the 8?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you learn how to do that after a while, when you want to move back, it seems like that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
You know what's weird? Not having any fingerprint scanner and having to pay with your face doing this. Hold on a second, Dunkin' Donuts.
True.
I have to figure out my face. Speaking, though, since I brought that up with the whole new form factor of, oh my gosh, I'm already bringing up Apple in a Samsung event. I'm sorry. But
minus 200 points.
I'm sorry. But we're talking about, the reason I bring it up is because of price. There's a lot of rumors that this Note 9 is going to be really expensive, maybe hitting that $1,000 mark because, you know, the iPhone 10 hit that mark. As a consumer, obviously it didn't really dissuade people from jumping on the iPhone 10 because it looks so different. There's so much, there's a face scanner, you lost the button. I'm wondering if they hit that price, as the rumor suggests, with this next Note 9, if you don't have a big whiz-bang difference, you know, does it matter to pay more? And that's my big question.
I mean, I think for most people, they've kind of chosen loyalty at this point. I don't think, until we see something that's radically different, I don't think people really kind of jump ship one way or the other. Notch or no notch, Fortnite or no Fortnite. So, to me, you know, I don't use the Note, I use the Pixel, and I think that for maybe this is more of a litmus test for people within the Android kind of ecosystem, if they would like go from another Android brand to Samsung. For me, what we know now, which we know every last thing there is to know about this phone, this event is pointless.
Relatively,
For me, it's almost like I said, a carbon copy of the 8. So I don't really think there's much kind of wiggle room for people who are like, oh, I need to, jump ship from my current Android device. So I think that's where it's going to shake out.
And the crazy thing is, we've seen leaks from all kinds of different sources, but also including Samsung itself. They posted a teaser video first, and then what looked to be a full commercial. And it looks like there's going to be the capacity to hold a terabyte of storage. There's supposed to be a 512 gigabyte version. And it actually, if you pause on the video on YouTube, it actually says it on the bottom. if you buy the 512 gigabyte model, you can expand it to a terabyte. So that would be a big deal. That's a lot of onboard storage.
I guess, but I feel like there are very few indications that storage on a phone is important in our ever-increasing streaming landscape. Like, I just don't know what the hell I would do with a terabyte on a phone. Like, I think I have 128 gigs on my Pixel, and I've used like 30 of it because I stream everything. I have Spotify, even Google Podcasts, their new podcast app. They don't download podcasts. They assume you're just going to stream everything. You have to find a buried setting where it says like, you want to download this?
Like, are you ever offline?
Well,
That
I don't
can't
get
be.
it.
What do you do with a phone when it's offline?
Exactly. So yeah, a terabyte of storage, great. Doesn't really do anything for anyone in the world in the current streaming landscape.
So this S Pen rumor, like we were talking before, Bluetooth, the rumor is that it's a remote control.
It's not even a rumor at this point because when you file something with the FCC, it's kind of like, yeah, we can pretty much expect that, yeah.
You could do that preemptively, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't always mean it's gonna.
But right, you're talking about the button. So if it does have Bluetooth, right, could it be a remote control for something? Could that be an extra little, little doodah?
Really simple. I mean, you could do that right now with Bluetooth headphones, where you could use it as a shutter button on your Android phones or iPhones. The
That's
volume
cool.
down. So like do you really need to be able to remove this and go, okay, let's put this 30 feet away and then go?
I guess they're grasping at straws. I don't know.
Photo stuff is why people kind of look for when they're upgrading phones, and that's a photo feature, I suppose. But
do you use your stylus a lot on that?
I do. The thing is, I had a Pixel 3, not 3. Who had the 3? I'm in the future. Pixel 2 for a while.
Sure.
And I was writing notes of mind mapping on cocktail napkins, and I'm looking at my phone like, why don't I just get something I can write on?
Right.
That's just the way my mind works. I like writing this all over the screen constantly.
Okay, cool. I didn't, because I feel like I never see a lot of people doing that. You're like the only one I see do that. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm a doodler.
That's fine.
I
No,
like
that's great.
It's just the way I remember stuff so far. It's
Sure.
just really nice to have that. But I don't really see a lot of people have this in the wild, though. When I see another Note users, it's like when I spot a BlackBerry user, it's like, holy mackerel.
What do you do? Do you give like a real subtle nod, then you guys both know what's up? You're like, yeah, we're in this club.
We're Stylus buddies.
Yeah,
that's right.
Cool. That's cool.
You know how it works. So let's talk a little bit about the amount of leaks. We talked about Samsung doing their own video. You guys see that photo of one of the executives holding what appears to be a Note 9, and they claimed, hey, look, this wasn't a public event, so we're not commenting whether or not it's the Note 9. It's like, yeah, dude, it's the Note 9.
Yeah.
From all the leaks, it seems like,
at
where's
that
the
point,
secrecy?
Yeah, are they really like trying? Is this like purposeful leaks? I feel like, because if you really, I don't know.
You know,
arguably, I really think some of this stuff is done on purpose.
Arguably, it could be at this point because every time a new phone comes out from any company, stocks take a dive because they're like, oh, it's not as exciting as we thought it would be. At this point, we seem to know everything about this phone, and it looks like the future is really where this is going. Because S10 will be coming out next year, possible flexible phone. So maybe that's why they're like, let's just calm down. This year's kind of dull. Next year's all our cool stuff. So let's just get it out as much as we can.
I don't know. Is next year really the bendable, flexible phone? Because I felt like I've said that phrase for the past 3 years. Next year is the
being
bendable
a Cubs
phone.
fan. You can just say it over and over again. It happens eventually.
It happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does. It
One
happens.
day it's gonna happen.
You can say this is the year of the flexible phone, and one day you will be right.
On a long enough timeline.
They have confirmed that they're working on it,
For
but
years.
but we don't, and we have different kind of patterns we've seen on like how it could fold and what will be bendable or just a line down the middle and flat. But yeah, maybe that's the time people will drop a lot more money to be different. I mean, there's a lot of buzz about, well, people aren't excited about phones anymore. They all look the same. What can you do to be exciting anymore except completely change everything?
It's tough. It's been like that for years. I mean,
Yeah.
Apple reduced themselves to making talking poop emojis. So like, you have to, you really have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to
when
be
you put it that
innovative.
way.
I mean, that's what they did. Like they led off their last press conference with like talking crap, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is the future."
I have no way to segue out of that. So we have Shara Tipkin live from Barclays right now. She's at the event. Shara, can we get a better look at what's going on? What's the atmosphere right now?
It's a Barclays Center, so it's very crowded. There just started being some clapping. I'm not really sure what's going on. We're going to be starting in about 20 minutes or so. I don't know if you guys can kind of see what it's like in here.
It's very blue.
And a little yellow
yeah.
too.
Yeah, the color is great. Obviously, the lighting, wonderful. There's kind of this like big stage area down there. We're not really sure what's going to happen. I'm assuming this is also kind of a big screen back there. Samsung really likes to kind of make a more immersive stage experience. So we'll have to see what they actually do. But this is what it looks like.
Doesn't that venue hold like 13,000 people? How many people are there?
I honestly have no idea. I can tell you it's not full, and they're also not using the full arena. So it's, it's all kind of pressed down here. Other CNET people sitting over there. We've got some desks. I'm not sure. I'm a bad estimator on numbers of people, so I can't really tell you. Samsung usually has several thousand people at their events. I think Apple, their developer conference, they've been having around 6,000. So, I'm assuming that, there's several thousand people who are at this. And it's not just press, it's partners, it's, various people that Samsung invited as well.
So assuming all the leaks, we've covered this Note 9 for what seems to be an eternity. If all the leaks are true, how do you think that Note 9 would actually fare in the market?
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. When the S8 came out last year, Note 8 came out last year, they kind of played it a little safer with the Note 8, but the S8 had some really great changes, and I think that phone sold really well. So then this year when they came out with the S9 earlier this year, it ended up not doing very well because it basically costs the same price, or if you got it from carriers, it costs a little more, but they didn't really make any huge noticeable changes. Like the cameras were better, there were some tweaks, but it wasn't kind of like a huge overhaul like what we saw with the S8 or what we saw with the iPhone 10. I think based on the rumors, we're going to kind of see the same thing where they add some nice new features, but it's not going to be any huge leaps forward. This isn't going to be that foldable phone that we've been waiting for years, I guess. It kind of sounds like the really exciting stuff from Samsung is what we could see next year. But Note users are very loyal. They love those devices. I think, based on some of the rumors, if you have like a Note 5, people would probably find this new device really great. If you have a Note 8, you're probably not going to be buying the Note 9.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's going to be some paralysis by the buyers of phones because we've got an iPhone coming up, we've got a Pixel coming up, possibly the S10 coming up as early as January. The Note 9 seems like this, okay, look, we have to upgrade it every year. Here's a new one. Shut up.
Well, Shara, in your recent piece, you were writing that how
sorry. They've been saying that for a little bit. It's fine. We're good.
you were saying how the Note line usually is the one that Samsung takes the risk to have some sort of different element to it, but why not this year? I'm wondering why the reason that we're all talking about it looking kind of the same.
I think it's funny, like a couple of the big things, or like I guess maybe three of the big things that people are really looking for is 5G, this like foldable phone, and then, I guess those are, two of the really big things. The problem is the tech for those isn't really ready yet. Like Qualcomm has 5G chips that they've been working on, but I don't think they're really, ready to be mass rolled out in a device. Also, there aren't any networks you could actually use that on. That would be something that we would normally see in something like a Note. Also, the under-screen fingerprint reader. That's something that's been being worked on, and I think it's just, kind of the timing for this launch. I don't think it really aligned with when some of that other stuff was really ready to be rolled out in big devices, major mainstream devices. So I think, I don't think it was like Samsung made this conscious decision to, kind of make a boring phone. I think it was more that what they had available is, what we're going to see. It's, and then next year could be some of this other really cool stuff.
So if everyone's buzzing about this phone having a more expensive price point, like how can they justify that if we don't have some whiz-bang new feature,
That's a great question.
I mean, that's a huge question that I have too. When the iPhone 10 came out, I was absolutely shocked at the pricing. I never thought it would be that high. but clearly it's selling well. Like ever since that's gone on sale, that's been Apple's best-selling device, and they've seen the average selling price of their phone go up like $100, which is just crazy. At the same time, Samsung, the S9 cost the same if you bought it from Samsung as the S8, but if you bought it from carriers, it was more expensive. And I think that that's something that has hurt sales of that device. When you look at it, it's okay. I can pay, more for this phone, or I can buy last year's phone, which is pretty great. I think that that's something Samsung's really going to have to think about. Is a lot of people going to opt instead for the Note 8? And we've already seen them lower Note 8 pricing. So online you could buy, I think from them it's like $750, maybe something around that. So it's already a couple $100 cheaper. Samsung phones are also usually discounted pretty often and pretty early. So even if the Note 9 costs more right away, holiday time it could be discounted. They could do some sort of bundle stuff. They really like doing that where, buy this, you get this other thing. They'll do what they can to make it more attractive, but I do think pricing could be something that could be really tough.
Sure, there's been these reports that Samsung has been considering taking the Note and the S line and actually merging them. We got a question from Twitter from Checkmate saying, do you think this will be the last phone in the Note line? What do you think about that?
I personally think they should kill off their Plus phones. So the S9 Plus, I see absolutely no purpose for that phone, honestly. It just kind of launches at a different time. People love the Stylus. I do not think they're going to be getting rid of the Stylus. Mm-hmm. One of the big rumors for this is that the Stylus is actually going to be able to do more. And, that's something that really sets them apart from a lot of the other phone makers, even especially iPhones, that there's not a stylus that works with these. So, I don't think they're going to kill the Note line. I could see the Note and the Plus maybe merging in some way. But it just kind of depends. Like, I think they like having, a major phone early in the year and then another major phone later in the year. It kind of like helps them, get ready for holiday, but then they have something early. Who knows? I can't see them killing the Note. Like, the Note users, when the Note 7 had battery issues and was recalled, there were so many Note users who were so upset. They wanted to hold on to their devices. They love that phone. Those are such loyal customers. And a lot of the things you get in the Note, you really can't get in any other phone. So I just don't see them killing it. But, maybe that kind of Plus device goes away. But then there's also, talk about that foldable phone. So we'll have to see how that actually fits in. If that kind of takes over as their Note high-end device, or if it's, kind of just an in-between something else, you want, buy a phone, but then also buy this foldable other thing. So we'll have to find out.
Great. Thanks a lot, Shara. Enjoyed the
Great.
show?
Thanks, guys. All right. Bye.
Oh, lots of stuff there.
And lots of blue, as usual, from like every Samsung event. I feel
So much blue in that little yellow line. I thought more symbolism. Very nice, kind of like our background here, which is their invite, showing off that. We got anything from Twitter?
Not so much I'm seeing right now, but one thing I did want to point out, we didn't talk about, was this rumored wireless charging pad.
Yes.
This is something that was leaked, the box for it was leaked, the wireless charger duo. If you look on the details on the box, it kind of says it doesn't just wirelessly charge the two phones, but it could also wirelessly charge a Galaxy Watch.
It actually says that on the box?
Yeah, it actually says that on the box. So, more talk, obviously, besides the phone today could be, what this Galaxy Watch could be, the renaming, is it a whole new model? That's the kind of thing that I'm curious about too. And it's funny to see a charging mat that could come out before Apple's charging mat, which they've been talking about and we haven't seen yet.
Well, everybody's going to say that. You guys copied Apple, but wireless charging has been happening
That's been around
for a long time.
No,
yeah.
of course, but I'm talking about like the fact that there actually is maybe a mat coming out,
Sure.
after Apple teased it, but still hasn't released it yet.
Right. I'm seeing something here on Twitter from user @GeekmanGreg.
Great name.
Yes. They'd like to know our opinions on how fragile the phone might be because That's a decent concern. I mean, have you had a problem with fragility in your 8?
Fragility, it's a great word. Once, but that was a very, very unusual occurrence.
Well, you keep it naked like
No, right
that?
now I just took it off. Take it out of its case right now.
Got it.
Normally I have a case that has a little thing I can hold it with.
Okay.
Because I do find this difficult to hold. It's
It's large.
It's very large. It's shiny, and it's just kind of easily droppable.
It's long.
Yeah. So and to get it in one hand is kind of a pain.
Sure.
But that's not why I have this phone. Essentially, like I've replaced my tablet with this as well. But it can. I've dropped this a good couple of times with a very thin case, and it survived quite well. I think you used Gorilla Glass 5.
Okay.
6 is coming out later. I don't know if the Note 9 will have 6 or the 6 will come next year. That's supposed to withstand drops like much better than this. There's also this rumor that the Note 9 was delayed because one of the execs wanted to remove like 0.5 millimeter of the glass.
That is not a lot.
Which makes it less strong. So I hate when they do that. Like, well, we have a new Gorilla Glass. We made it thinner. So there's no difference.
Yeah,
there's
please
no
don't do
difference
that.
then.
Well, Greg in his tweet is saying that notes have been considered among the easiest to break. I don't know. Is that a true-ish statement?
I found that true with I think the S7 and S8. Once you had this infinity display, hitting the corner could cause a lot of issues because you have the glass everywhere.
Sure.
But I haven't really found that to be much of an issue with the Note, but I'm also extremely cautious with it because I know it's fragile. So
Right.
That's I think one of the reasons why Samsung showed off. They had this flexible OLED that they showed in the video, and they were hitting with a hammer constantly, and it was no damage whatsoever. Instead of using glass, they moved to plastic. So maybe in the future we'll have that, but I don't know how fragile this one will be. I'm thinking next year, like again, that's where we'll see all these movements into different materials and different looks. But right now we're in this like holding period, you know?
Yeah.
Why not have a couple different versions? I'd be down with that. Like, your high-end model with the glass, and then for those of you with the kids, a little like more tougher version.
They used to have the active line for
Yeah.
the
That's
S8,
right,
S
yeah.
line, and those things have withstood a lot of abuse. I've seen it at the office. I've seen flying S8s, S8 actives that is, and they survived just fine, about 15 feet,
Wow.
right into a wall.
Okay. I don't know how that's a real world kind of like situation.
Hey, if you're
but-
frustrated at work, sometimes stuff goes flying. Okay, I've seen it. I don't have the 8. I can recommend the S8 active though, very much so.
I think going back to the talk about merging the two product lines, I think at some point some sort of consolidation has to happen because you have you're starting to see a problem with other brands that have too many SKUs out there. It helps create sort of customer confusion, and you're right. Like there are a couple phones that Samsung makes where like I can't tell the difference. It's a plus, and it's just like no, let's streamline this down a little bit. I can't imagine it being, effective for them to do that, where they're essentially selling less phones and having to make more, and make that many different kind of models. Like, I'm not an economics major, but at some point it seems like that would cost too much than what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, but the old Samsung basically was throwing spaghetti at a wall. Remember,
Sure.
like every form factor possible, every size possible. When they come out with the original Note, everyone's like,
A new
"That's-
phone every week."
This is ridiculous. You're not going to use a stylus. Why would you want this? And this phone is huge." And then I was like, wait a second. We want bigger screens, and this started a trend. So I'm thinking, you're right, they're going to consolidate, and they did after a while, because like these things are working. And as these bezels get smaller, and this infinity display thing is working, and possible future iterations of the phone have like cutouts.
There's a perfect phone in there somewhere.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
And so between the S line being for everyone and the Note being for like hardcore, it's almost like the Pro. If they wanted to rebrand it, like just give the stylus to the Plus and just call it the same thing. It doesn't matter, because I've held a Plus in my hand, and this thing, they're essentially, I think there's a 0.01 inch difference.
That's okay.
So it's really
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
The curves are different though. It's totally different. It's like the radius on the corner.
That's what I don't get. I don't get it. Like, why are you making so many different phones that are essentially the same?
I don't know yet. I think you're
Just
right.
to keep the buzz going throughout the year.
And once that the S10 comes out, it has to have a new design next year, because we've seen the same design on the S8, S9, the Note 7, and Note 8 are almost identical, minus one big issue, and then the Note 9 will probably be the same.
Yeah, that's been the real biggest thing. Is like one of them explodes, and that's it. Everything else has kind of been the same.
Yeah, I guess. And that was the thing. Note 8 was damage control, honestly. And
Yeah.
they had to say, look, we have a phone that's safe, and let's
We
make
have a
it.
phone that doesn't explode.
Yeah, and yeah, that's why I guess maybe it's for the Note 5 users, the Note 9. They're like, okay, we're not jumping on board with this just yet.
Right.
Well, speaking of things that are the same and different, watch. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the watch.
Yeah. So some of this has been leaked by Samsung itself. It seems by having something on its page temporarily on the Samsung US website. It was pulled down. There was a listing for a Galaxy Watch, although. The look of it, was quickly taken down. Don't know how exactly it'll look, but it's interesting to see that we're going to have a watch. By every clue here, and once again, did they accidentally put it on the website? I don't know. They've got to work on their security then. And then, what would it need to be different to be exciting in the smartwatch world right now?
I don't think smartwatches are exciting ever. But for those of you wondering, Galaxy Watch sounds like it's already a thing. It's not a thing. They call their stuff Gear,
Right.
Or Galaxy Gear S, whatever.
Yeah, and we thought if you're onto the Gear name, it would be Gear 4 by now, right?
Right.
And now it's like, okay, good. I'm actually glad to get rid of these number names because they're getting ridiculous. Like fine, just call it Galaxy Watch.
I have not found a single killer application for a smartwatch other than when I'm on the subway and I get a notification and I don't want to reach for my phone. And that's literally me doing this.
That's why I have a cheap smartwatch called the Amazfit Bip, and it does what I need it to do. I just want to know who's calling, text messaging, stuff like that. It's got an always-on display, which I don't think this is going to have.
I doubt it.
Yeah. So until they, do something like that,
Oh.
where the battery will last 2 to 3 weeks, which is what I get on this thing, I don't care.
So the Stylus needs to be like a snap bracelet with a display. That's what it needs
Yes.
to do. I need a button.
Let's bring back Snap.
We need to do
bracelets.
this. I need the Stylus on me all the time. I can see who's calling me right here on a flexible OLED.
I'm into that.
I would have that. Okay.
I would have it just
You're
because I'm
welcome,
Samsung, make it happen.
First one's free.
I'm going to break the Stylus one day over my wrist. But yeah, I think that's the way to go because otherwise it doesn't add anything.
People do like the Gear, though.
especially if you're into fitness, it adds that to your life. I'm not running, so I'm not finding the draw for any smartwatch in that case.
Yeah, but with Samsung, they've been using their own operating system, Tizen.
Yeah.
It seems to work better than Wear OS has in the past.
Right.
They also have a really cool navigation with the actual bezel turning around. So they try to
Sure.
find ways to make it interesting. Can it be something that everybody wants? I don't know. With that, we should throw it to Samsung because they're about to start. We're going to have a post show right after this. So guys, if you got any questions, use the hashtag CNET Live and we'll get back to you. So let's throw it to Samsung and the Barclays Center.
And Samsung is making headlines with the new Samsung Galaxy Note.
Bottom line, you're gonna look really dumb holding this up to your face.
I need to show you my new phone. New phone.
That is ridiculous.
Samsung has no idea what they're doing. This is like talking to a piece of toast.
People are actually calling this thing a phablet.
Skip over the Samsung Galaxy Note completely.
Big phones are a big deal. Big phones have become the standard.
The S Pen alone seals the deal.
That's the sound of me winning.
All of these other phones gotta fall back. The Galaxy Note is the best phone out right now.
Who's laughing now?
Gentlemen, please welcome to the stage President and CEO, Head of IT and Mobile Communications Division, DJ Ko.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to Barclays Center. I'm so happy to be here today with more than 3,000 global media, partners, and Note fans. It is an honor to celebrate the amazing Note community. Your passion and insights are a constant inspiration. And your loyalty to the Note is the best reward for our commitment to innovation. For me and my team, there's nothing we love better than creating the next new Note. It is the device for those who seek lives filled with purpose and are motivated by a desire to do more. And since 2011, it has been the leading smartphone for achievers and creators who are pioneering new businesses, inventing new ways to work, and redefining music, art, and culture. I love the Note because it forces us to break through barriers to deliver the most advanced device for those who expect more. And I'm excited to show you the next version of the world's most powerful mobile device. But my agenda today goes even further. From my first Unpacked as president of Samsung Mobile in 2016, I've talked about our vision for a future of seamlessly connected devices and a world of endless possibilities. I've shared my commitment to meaningful innovation that delivers value, convenience, and joy to our customers, and spoken of my belief that it will take open systems and open partnerships to unleash the power of technology so that you can reimagine how you connect, create, work, play, and live. I said then that no company is in a better position to achieve this vision than Samsung. And I say now with confidence that this is even more true today than it was then. So much has changed since I took the stage 2.5 years ago. Artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, augmented reality. These were extraordinary concepts in 2016. Now, they are the building blocks for a new era of continuous, personalized, and intelligent digital experiences that will reflect who we are, anticipate what we need, and deliver what we want, with no limits, no barriers, and no interruptions. But that's not the world we live in right now. While our lives flow seamlessly across home, work, and play, our technology doesn't. We still live in a world of digital devices and disrupted experiences. There are too many gaps, too many blind spots. Too many services are confined by the limits of a device, brand, or platform. Too many experiences are interrupted when we leave a room, or go from office to car, or switch between devices. Too often, our devices fail when we need them the most. As Samsung, we believe it's time to transcend narrow digital experiences that have never reflected how we live our lives. It's time for a new generation of experiences that are intelligent enough to anticipate your needs, open enough to give you full control over the choices you have and the decisions you make, private enough to respect and protect your confidential information, and seamless enough to flow with you without interruption as you move through your day. This is a vision only Samsung can deliver, because only Samsung offers products and services that touch everything people do across every part of their lives. Mobile devices, TVs, and appliances that span the office, the car, the home, and everywhere in between, at a scale no other company can match. Hundreds of millions of people across more than 1 billion devices. Today, too many companies create experiences that are designed more to reinforce their business models than enhance your lives. As Samsung, we are committed to meaningful innovation that puts you first. Guided by our belief in the potential of technology to amplify your creativity, we are creating a galaxy of experiences that span not just devices and locations, but platforms and brands. Experiences built on a foundation of intelligence that learns, adapts, and anticipates, not to control your choices, but to enhance human capabilities and expand human possibilities. It's an ambitious vision, and we have made significant progress over the past 2 years. From smart things to for our new AI research labs, from family hub refrigerators to smart TVs, with defense-grade Nexus security to keep your most important information safe. And partnerships that grow out of our commitment to an open and connected world. We have laid the foundation to move beyond smart devices and into a world of intelligent experiences that are seamless, continuous, deeply personal, and profoundly productive. We have a great show for you today. New products and services that illustrate the promise of connected living. A new partnership that demonstrates the potential of intelligence that stretches across platforms and brands. Plus, some great surprises along the way. And, of course, a new smartphone. Not just any smartphone. A phone that raises the bar for speed, power, and performance once again. A phone with more than enough memory, power, and capacity to live your life without interruption at the pace you demand. A phone built on our commitment to you. A smartphone that will never slow you down or let you down. A smartphone powerful enough to keep up with you wherever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever you need. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present the all-new Galaxy Note 9. Thank you. Now, to tell you more about the world's most advanced smartphone, please welcome Drew Blackheart.
Thanks, DJ. I'm so excited to be here at Barclays Center to introduce the Galaxy Note 9. Galaxy Note has always been a smartphone for people who want the best of the best. And this year, we've updated it for a new generation of creators, achievers, and entrepreneurs who are remaking the world and relying on technology to do it. Recently, we spoke with Note users all over the world about what they want for their phones. And one thing became crystal clear. Note users expect more. And at Samsung, we've always tried not just to meet expectations, but to exceed them. Now, we already use our phones for so much. But what if they were even more powerful? What if our batteries actually lasted all day and we didn't have to worry about how much storage we had? What if we could stream and download the things we want when we want them? What if our phones met our highest expectations instead of forcing us to work around their shortcomings? Since the beginning, the Note series has always been at the cutting edge of new technology. And today, we're redefining expectations all over again with the most powerful phone we've ever made, the Galaxy Note 9. You know, back when we launched the first Note, a 5.3-inch display sounded huge. Today, it actually sounds small. But it paved the way for the big screen smartphone category. And Note users were the first to see the incredible potential of a large screen. For people who pack a ton into every moment, Note lets you do more. That's why we made the screen 6.4 inches, the largest ever on a Note. And of course, Note 9 features an end-to-end display, which means you get a larger canvas for writing with your S Pen or watching YouTube video. In fact, YouTube recently named the Note 9 a signature device because it delivers a best-in-class YouTube experience. We've refined the design with a beautiful balance, razor-straight lines, elegant curves, using a specialized diamond cutting technique to give the frame a clean, modern look. On the back of the device, we centered the fingerprint scanner below the camera so that it's easier to reach. And now, all of these features blend seamlessly into the design of the phone. When it comes to color, this year we went big and bold. You can choose from 4 cool new colors. Ocean blue with a yellow S Pen, which is my favorite, lavender purple, metallic copper, and midnight black. Each designed to reflect the forward-looking style that Note users are looking for. We also added a flash of color to one of Note users' favorite features, and one that I use all the time: screen-off memos. Now, no matter what color you choose, one thing remains the same. Note users rely on their phones to explore their passions and to get things done. So with Note 9, we didn't just design a super powerful phone. We designed a phone that can keep up with you. Now, we all know the feeling of panic when your phone gets below 5%. You're waiting for your ride, watching your battery drain away, just praying that the car comes before you're stranded. Well, you shouldn't have to plan your day around your phone's battery life. That's why we created an all-day battery, the largest ever on a Note. No more worrying that your GPS will die right when you need it most. No more begging coworkers to borrow a charger. Instead, you can power through your entire day with just the phone in your pocket. That's right. The fact is, we need our phones to last all day, and we're storing more on them than ever before. So Note 9 starts at a minimum of 128 gigabytes. That's twice as much space before. So you don't have to pick and choose which photos, videos, and apps you can live without. With that amount of storage, you could download close to 670 hours of movies and TV shows. That's enough to get you through 30 round-trip flights from New York to Madrid. And that's just to start with. You can also get a 512 gig version. That's the one that I want. Just like its predecessors, Note 9 also comes with expandable storage. And get this, soon, with Samsung's upcoming 512 gig micro SD card, you'll be able to get as much as 1 terabyte of memory. 1 terabyte. That's more than most laptops. But what good is all that storage if you're always waiting for things to load? We wanted to make sure Note users could maximize performance, even when running power-intensive apps. So we gave Note 9 a cutting-edge 10-nanometer processor. And it also supports super-fast network speeds, up to a staggering 1.2 gigabits per second, so you can stream smoother and download faster. But the ultimate test of all this power and speed is gaming. To get a truly great gaming experience on a smartphone, you need a device that packs a serious punch. But don't take it from me. let's hear from someone who created one of the most popular games on the market today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney.
Well, thanks, Drew. It's great to be back at Unpacked. You know, the last time I was on an Unpacked stage was for the launch of the Vulkan Graphics API back in 2016. It's crazy to think how much has changed at Epic Games since then, and we've been thrilled to be partners with Samsung for the entire time. You know, for starters, Epic Games launched our most successful game yet, Fortnite. So today, there are over 125 million people around the world building bases, gathering weapons, and getting ready for the next storm. And judging by the tweets, just about every gamer wants to know the same thing. When is Fortnite coming to Android? So about that, we're going to be launching the Fortnite beta on Android this week, and players with Samsung Galaxy devices are the first to be invited, starting right now. Thanks. Also, gamers who play Fortnite on a Note 9 or Tab S4 will also get access to a special skin, Galaxy. Yeah, what really excites us about this partnership is that Samsung makes the best performing Android devices in the world. And the Note 9 represents a real revolution for mobile gaming that brings a console-quality, 100-player Fortnite experience to Android. Now, Epic Games has always been on the cutting edge of mobile gaming, and together with Samsung, we're ushering mobile gaming into a new era of high-end games for gamers. And we can't wait to see how players around the world enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Tim. We are really excited about this partnership. When game worlds are bigger, combat is faster, and a moment of lag could mean the difference between victory or defeat, performance is crucial. With a super fast processor, amazing graphics, a powerful battery, and more storage than ever, Note 9 delivers the kind of performance that gamers need. And when it comes to games, we know that people want to be able to see and hear every single detail. So Note 9 comes with AKG-tuned stereo speakers, the loudest ever on a Note. For serious gamers, speed is everything. When your processor heats up, your gameplay slows down. Well, Note 9 comes with our industry-leading water carbon cooling system and a smart performance adjuster algorithm. Really, that just means that everything's going to run smoothly, even in the most intense gaming sessions. With Note 9, whatever you're doing, your phone works for you, giving you the performance that you need. And nowhere is that more true than with Note's powerful, intelligent camera. Back in February, we reimagined what a camera could do with an incredible dual-aperture smartphone camera. Because when it comes to capturing a great photo, there's almost nothing more important than light. Just like your eye, Note 9's camera adapts to your environment. If you're out at night, the aperture widens to let in more light. And if it's a bright, sunny day, the aperture contracts to let in less light. So you can get a great shot anytime, anywhere. And thanks to its super speed, dual pixel image sensor, Note 9 comes with super Slo-Mo, which lets you make everyday moments epic by slowing them down to a fraction of a second. So we started with one of the most powerful smartphone cameras in the world. And now we're building on that foundation with Note 9's brand new intelligent camera. Now, we all know when it comes to taking great pictures, some things are always going to be out of our control. Maybe your friend blinked, maybe you didn't see the smudge on the lens until it was too late. Seriously, there's nothing worse than asking someone to take a photo of you and your friends only to get your phone back and realize that the photo looks terrible. Well, now, whenever Note 9's camera detects a flaw, like closed eyes or image blur, it'll automatically notify you, so you can take another shot before the moment's gone. Note 9's camera also uses scene recognition to identify different subjects like flowers, food, and a variety of landscapes. And then based on the scene, it optimizes the color tones. so that every shot you take is Instagram ready. Now, no matter how powerful your camera is, one thing it can't do is take a picture for you. My wife and I love to travel. In fact, we just got back from Mexico City a couple weeks ago. But there we go. No matter what we did and where we went, whenever we were taking a selfie, they all ended up looking pretty much the same, right? We tried to squeeze in, get in the same shot, but it was hard to not lose the scenery behind us. But what if you could take a better photo without all that hassle? Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to take an unpacked group shot. Make my way over to the camera. And, you know, this is just too cool of a moment. I don't think I want to take this one alone. I need to... Matt, you want to join me? All right, here we go. Let's get in here. All right. 1, 2, 3. I need my good side. Let's try this side. All right, ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Maybe our album cover? Yeah, all right, there we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, looking good. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. Well, you might have noticed that I took those photos without even touching the phone. I used this. To tell you all about Note 9's powerful new S Pen, please welcome my good friend and Tab S4 video sensation, John Wong.
What's up, New York City? Yeah. I am pumped to be back at Unpacked, especially because this time it's in my own backyard. Like Drew, I've taken a lot of selfies, and it would have been super handy to have that S Pen. Since the very first Note, the S Pen has been an essential tool for power users who want to do more with their smartphones. And as you just saw, the new S Pen has some pretty cool new functions. That's because now it supports Bluetooth Low Energy to turn it into the ultimate remote control. Yeah. With some help from our partners, we've beefed up the S Pen. Now, you can use it to play and pause YouTube videos. So don't smudge the screen with my greasy pizza hands. To capture snaps in Snapchat and take your selfie game to the next level. Or flip through some slides in Microsoft PowerPoint while working the room. Speaking of working the room, you can even use it to control something much, much bigger. In fact, I've been controlling this presentation with my S Pen. I know, pretty cool, eh? Check it out. I can go backwards. I can go forward. All with a simple click of the S Pen. And that's not all. Right now, we're working with a handful of partners. Soon, we'll open up the SDK to everyone so that you all can come up with your own creative ways of using the S Pen. To charge the S Pen, just put it back in your phone. A full charge takes less than a minute and lasts a whole half hour. Even better, you don't have to charge it to use all the other S Pen features you already know and love. The S Pen began as a simple way to jot down notes. And over the years, we made it better. We increased the pressure sensitivity. We made the tip finer so that it feels like a natural writing tool. And with these refinements, Note users saw something else. The potential for the S Pen to be a creative tool, a new way to express themselves and create amazing art. This inspired us. So to nurture this creativity, we developed a digital community for S Pen artists to come together and share their work. PenUp currently has over 4 million subscribers. Artists are using the S Pen to to create new masterpieces every day. In fact, we have an artist here today, a sensation from across the pond. Please give a warm welcome to our special guest, Mr. Doodle. Hey, Mr. Doodle.
Hey, John.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. So I take it by your name, you're a fan of doodling?
You're pretty smart, John.
Thanks. And you like using the S Pen?
Yeah, sure do. Let me show you something.
Yeah, give us a quick sample here. Wow, you're super fast. Wait a minute.
What do you think?
That looks a lot like me. I don't know. Actually, can you be generous? Add a little bit more hair.
Oh, yeah, sure
Yeah,
thing.
thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's about right. That's awesome.
And that's just for starters. Let me show you something really special.
Sounds great. Can we check back in a few minutes?
Sure thing.
All right, thanks. The S Pen is core to the Note experience. You can use it to navigate the device, translate languages, and send live messages. And now, with Bluetooth connectivity, you can take pictures, lead presentations, and control your content, all with the S Pen. In the words of so many Note users, the S Pen is what makes a Note a Note. Of course, the S Pen isn't the only way to get things done with the Note 9, which brings me to my favorite thing, Samsung DeX. These days, yeah, I know, eh? These days, your phone is basically like a supercomputer that fits in your pocket. So why not extend that computing power to a bigger screen? Samsung DeX is a PC-like experience powered entirely by your Galaxy smartphone. With DeX built into the Note 9, all the computing power I need is in my pocket. DeX is designed for the work anywhere generation. And now, it's simpler and more convenient than ever. Because the only thing you need to start DeX is this. That's right. All you need is a single HDMI adapter, just like the one you'd use to connect your phone to a TV. Let me show you. All I need to do to connect is this. It's as simple as that. I just plug in my Note 9, and I'm in DeX. Pretty cool. I already store my entire life on my phone, and with DeX, I can access it anywhere with an external display to get work done or just kick back and watch a video. Here's a Tab S4 video we released last week. That's a familiar face. Can't get enough of this guy, eh? Now, even while watching myself on the big screen using DeX, I can still use my Note 9 screen to do everything I normally would. For example, I could send a text message to some friends, could browse the web, I can even use my S Pen to take notes on my performance. Nailed it. Thanks. Very cool. With the new DeX, multitasking is easier than ever. And remember, it's all powered by my Note 9. And DeX doesn't just work with your phone. You can also use it with the device we just saw, the Tab S4, to turn it into a true productivity machine. Combined with the S Pen, it gives you an even larger canvas for your notes or your doodles. Speaking of which, let's check it in with Mr. Doodle to see how it's going. Hey, Mr. Doodle.
Hey, John. I switched over to the Tab S4 for the larger screen.
That's awesome, and I actually see that you're using it with DeX. How do you like that?
Yeah, it's brilliant for getting those smaller details, you know.
That's great. Mr. Doodle is using what we call the dual canvas experience on DeX. We created it with the Adobe Photoshop Sketch team. Now, it's easy to add the fine details because you can draw on the Tab S4 screen while seeing the bigger picture on the big screen. How's it going there?
Yeah, just a few more details and then it'll be finished.
Awesome.
There we go.
Why don't we go on stage and check it out?
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
wow. That is absolutely incredible. Thanks so much. Let's hear it one more time for Mr. Doodle. Wasn't that amazing? And everything you just saw works on both the Tab S4 and the Note 9. From the all-day battery, to the intelligent camera, to the S Pen. And of course, DeX. Our goal has always been to help you work smarter and do what you love. That's why we created this super powerful Note 9. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce another device to the Samsung ecosystem. One that brings power, style, and connectivity right to your wrist. Our all-new Samsung smartwatch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Director of Marketing, Alena Vivas.
We heard you. You want your smartwatch to be connected without always relying on your phone or even your charger. Well, the Galaxy Watch is here. And it gives you the freedom to break away and still stay connected longer. People love that the Galaxy Watch looks like a real watch. With our signature circular bezel and rotating design, it's more than an aesthetic. It's an intuitive way to control your watch. You can choose between 2 different sizes, any number of straps, and over 60,000 watch faces from the Galaxy App Store. The Galaxy Watch has a high-res Amoled display with an integrated touch function. It has military-grade durability and Corning Gorilla DX Plus glass for added strength and scratch resistance. And it's water-resistant, which means it's swim-ready. The Galaxy Watch is designed so you want to wear it all day. And it's built so you can. It works perfectly with the new Note 9, or you can use it by itself with standalone LTE connectivity. So you can take off for a run without missing an important call or text. We're working with carriers around the world so you can stay connected no matter where you go. And now, the Galaxy Watch also has the battery life to keep up. We built low-power architecture and next-generation panel-level package technology into the processor, created specifically for smartwatches. Simply put, you can use the Galaxy Watch for several days on a single charge. You can even charge it at the same time as the Note 9 with our new wireless charger duo. With the Galaxy Watch, you're not tethered, you're connected. Now, one of the most significant things our watch connects you to is your health. The philosophy behind connected health is that all the devices in your life should work together to help make you the best version of yourself. That means three things. First, managing stress. It's important to take a break from your busy life, whether those breaks are physical or mental. The Galaxy Watch can monitor your heart rate and establish a personal baseline. And when it senses a big change, like presenting at Unpacked, it can offer you a breathing guide to calm you down. Second, staying fit. Because sometimes we want our heart rates to be high, like when we're at the gym. The watch is designed to make our workouts productive and easy to track. You can choose from 39 different exercises, and it even detects 6 of the most common exercises automatically. Whether you're in a studio or in your own living room, you can make the most out of your workout. It's like having a personal trainer that tracks your progress right there on your wrist. The Galaxy Watch supports you while you're working and working out. Third, getting good rest. The watch keeps track of your sleep patterns. It can tell you how long you were asleep and how much quality rest you got. With the Galaxy Watch, the Note 9, and the Samsung Health app all working together, you get a full picture of your health and the power to monitor and manage it. The Galaxy Watch is designed to be useful. It's smart, and it helps you manage your busy day. Every morning, I check my watch. Actually, first coffee. Then I pull up the weather report, my schedule, my to-do list, so I know what to expect. And here's my favorite part. With the new My Day watch face, the watch syncs with my calendar, so I can see when I'm free or busy with just a glance. The Galaxy Watch helps you stay connected to your work, your life, and your health, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Being connected is also the underlying theme of Bixby, the groundbreaking AI platform we built into Note 9. And to tell you more, please welcome Jisu Yi.
Thanks so much, Alena. I'm thrilled to be here. From the very beginning, Bixby was designed with a simple purpose: to help you get things done. We are continuously refining Bixby, so now on Note 9, it is more conversational, more personal, and useful. So when two people have a conversation, we build upon each other. So now Bixby also can have a conversation with you too. So let me show you. So this is the new Bixby 화면 screen. So I need concerts in Brooklyn over Labor Day weekend. Oh, this live demo.
Didn't understand that.
You shouldn't. I need concerts in Brooklyn over Labor Day weekend.
I found these concerts in Brooklyn, New York during the Friday, August 31st weekend.
Bixby already knows that Labor Day weekend begins August 31st, so that it shows some concert in that period of time. That's good. Let's try another date. How about the first weekend in October?
Found these concerts in Brooklyn, New York during the Friday, October 5th weekend.
Thank you. So Bixby, remember that we are talking about concerts in Brooklyn. That means that I don't need to repeat myself. This is what I mean by more conversational. Being conversational is good, but that's not enough. When you talk to your close friends, they already know who you are, what you like. Bixby won't replace your best friend, I hope, but it is designed to do similar things. For example, I need good restaurants in New York.
Here are some restaurants in New York, New York.
Voila! Bixby knows that I like French food, so it listed a French restaurant at the top. Let's check it out. It looks great. There's wine and cheese, and also some Belgian food as well. I want to make a reservation, so let me press the button at the bottom.
Should I make the reservation?
As you can see, Bixby has already filled in the number of people in my party and the reservation time based on my previous bookings. All I have to do is tap the Reserve Table button.
Reservation details sent to email.
That's it. This is what I mean by more personal. By the way, I also want to know how to get there, so let's press Navigate button here. So, 23 minutes, not too far from here. Great. So, I can do that. Now, some of you might have noticed that even though I look for concert tickets or reserve a table, I never actually said the words Ticketmaster or Yelp. In fact, I haven't installed those apps yet because this is brand new Note 9. It just worked. This is what I mean by more useful. You can applause, clap. So we are working with many partners to build a seamless integration into Bixby. This means that users can access many of their favorite services in a snap. For our partners, they can reach out many more potential users. You may have also noticed that Bixby works with Google Maps. That's right. We are working with Google to make sure Bixby works well with some of their key services. And of course, if you say, hey, Google, to your Note 9, Google Assistant will be there for you. But this is an Unpacked event, so let me try one more example of how Bixby works. I need a ride to JFK.
Fare for this ride will be $49.11. Ready to request ride?
You can clap it. With just 6 words and an Uber account, I can order a car to the airport. I never have to open an app, explain myself, or fill in the details. This is power of conversational, personal, and useful Bixby. So all the experiences you've seen here today are only possible because of our amazing partner. Thank you. With their services and our innovative AI technologies, we are making Bixby better than ever. So far, you've seen what Bixby can do on Note 9. But what if everything I just showed you was brought inside your home? Well, today, for the first time, we are unveiling a brand new product that brings together Bixby, amazing sound, and elegant design. Are you ready? Listen.
Hi, Bixby. Play music.
All the sound you just heard came from these 160 Galaxy homes. So when we designed this speaker, we set out to deliver high-quality sound. Thankfully, with the AKG, every aspect of Galaxy Home is engineered to make your music sound amazing. It has elegant circular form factor with 6-meter high-range speakers that send the sound in every direction. And it has a subwoofer that provides deep, rich bass as well. And with the Harman's natural sound processing, you get a realistic surround sound experience that feels like you are right in the middle of the live concert. We've also integrated Harman sound steer technologies, which detects your location and optimizes sound based on where you are in the room. Just say, "Hi, Bixby, sound steer," and the music is directed right at you. As I mentioned before, the Galaxy Home also has Bixby and the SmartThings Hub built right in. So it gives you instant access to the largest open ecosystem of smart devices using only your voice. So it is as easy saying, "Hi, Bixby." The Galaxy Home also has 8 microphones for far-field voice recognition. They'll pick up that voice command from clear across the room. This is just first look at this amazing speaker. We are excited to share more details about it soon. So Galaxy Home is a perfect example of how we are expanding our ecosystem of intelligent devices. We are also expanding services, as I showed you earlier. These expansions are only possible with a scalable AI platform, which is Bixby. And we will be sharing a lot more about our vision and the detailed technology beyond it at the Samsung Developer Conference. I really, really hope to see you all there. Thank you. And now, please welcome back to the stage, Drew Blackard.
Thanks, Jisu. As you just heard, seamless connection is a key part of our vision to integrate all of our devices into a unified, open ecosystem. There are a lot of smart devices in our lives these days, and we at Samsung have always believed that all your devices, Whether you carry them in your pocket, wear them on your wrist, or install them in your home, should work together effortlessly to bring you one continuous experience. As you heard from DJ at the beginning of the show, that's the promise of the Samsung ecosystem. And we work every day to deliver on that promise. How are we making this all happen? By infusing our ecosystem and all the devices within it with intelligence. Take the Galaxy Home, for example. As you just heard from Jisu, it's a powerful speaker with Bixby built right in. But even the best speaker isn't worth much if you don't have access to great music. More than any other art form, music touches every moment of our lives. It's a huge part of my life. I have a playlist for my morning run, my evening commute, and just about everything in between. Of course, the days of listening to music on just one device are long over. Today, half of all millennials are listening to music on as many as 3 different devices. And too often, those devices, they don't work so well together. That's why we're dedicated to making music available wherever you are, whatever you're doing, at home and on the go. It's a big goal, and we knew we couldn't do it alone. So we started searching for a new music partner to join us on this mission. A partner who's committed, like us, to helping you access just about any song you want, to keep track of the artists you love, and to discover new music tailored perfectly to your tastes. We had to make sure that they share our values and are committed long-term to helping people enjoy music in new ways. Lucky for us, and more importantly, lucky for you, we found the perfect fit. We are so excited to introduce our go-to music partner for our multi-device ecosystem, a meaningful long-term commitment to help consumers discover and enjoy music in ways that have never before been possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CEO of Spotify, Daniel Ek.
All right. Thank you, everyone. It's really great to be here at Unpacked. When we created Spotify, we had a simple goal. It was to make music accessible to everyone while supporting the artists who created it. And since then, we changed how the industry works. We made it easier than ever for people to discover new music and for artists to find and connect directly with their fans while also getting compensated for their work. We examined how people use Spotify, and we know that listeners stream different kinds of music at different times, in different places, and most importantly, on different devices. And we think music should be easy to access on all of your devices. And we want it to be as seamless to switch from one device to another. So the partnership we're announcing with Samsung today is a true cross-platform listening experience. You know, Samsung makes devices for every aspect of our lives. It's really everything from smartphones and TVs to tablets, speakers, watches, and even refrigerators. And we have designed Spotify to deliver personalized music to consumers around the world, wherever they are, and on as many devices as possible. It's a really great fit. And to show us how it all works together, let's bring back Drew.
Thanks, Daniel. As we were just talking about, I'm always listening to music on the way home from work. It's usually a Spotify playlist. Last week on my Discover Weekly, this song came on. It's a good one. So I'm driving home. When I get home, I usually go into the living room, watch some TV. So a prompt will come up automatically when I get into the living room. And all I have to do is hit one button to push that right into the living room TV.
And maybe one day I'll be wiser. 'Cause maybe one day I'll be further from here.
Sounds great, didn't miss a beat. But when I get home from work, usually I'm pretty hungry. Maybe I want to go to the kitchen, cook up some dinner. Good thing I've got a Galaxy Home in the kitchen. So all I have to do is hit play on the Galaxy Home. So the music follows me wherever I go. It's one seamless interaction. Back to you, Daniel.
Yeah. Thank you, Drew. So today, Spotify becomes part of the setup experience on a Samsung device from the very beginning. So for example, when someone buys a phone, the user can easily discover the Spotify app on Samsung's Smart Switch. And soon, Samsung Smart TV users will be able to link their Spotify and Samsung accounts through the SmartThings app. It's really a new level of integration that will allow Spotify to be easily accessible and discoverable on Samsung devices. But this isn't just for phones. Spotify is also on Samsung TVs and launching on Galaxy Home speakers. And soon, you'll be able to control Spotify through Bixby, and will also be integrated in Samsung Music. So this will really allow listeners to receive recommendations from Spotify, discover new playlists, and create new musical experiences. And our partnership will make discovering new music feel easier than ever before. Fans can quickly access music on Spotify and then move their music seamlessly between devices. And as we move forward with this partnership, we believe this out-of-the-box experience will only become more frictionless. And in the future, we envision deeply integrated Spotify experiences on Samsung devices. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of devices. So at Spotify, we're really excited about what we're launching now and what we'll be able to develop with Samsung in the future. Thank you. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah, well done, Daniel.
Well, we're very excited, of course, to do this partnership.
Super excited.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. With Spotify, Samsung Galaxy users will now be able to enjoy seamless music experiences across all our devices. We are super excited about today's announcement, and it's just the start of things to come. As I said earlier, we love to create the new Note. And I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to the Samsung team here in the US and all the Samsung teams around the world who helped make this great new product possible. Thank you. The opportunity to make the world's most advanced smartphone even more powerful, even more innovative. I can't wait to see how we use it in ways we never imagined to achieve more than we ever thought possible. So I'm excited to announce that the Galaxy Note 9 will be available beginning on August 24th. But our commitment goes beyond the most advanced and powerful smartphone. We believe the future of connected devices and seamless experiences begins here and begins now. From the speakers for your home, to the watch on your wrist, to the music you listen to, and the phone that powers your life. Everything you will see here today is a step forward into an open and connected world of experiences powerful enough to keep up with you. You inspire us to push through barriers and make the Note better every year. It's not easy every year, frankly speaking. So let me end by saying thank you. There is no one like you, and there's nothing like the Note. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome back to CNET's live coverage of Samsung's Unpacked event. You can applause now, clap.
You can clap.
Clap.
You can clap.
For those of you just joining us, I'm Ayaz. With me is Bridget and Jeff.
Hey.
Hey.
That was something.
Something different.
Something happened.
Something unexpected.
So a quick recap of what we saw. The Note 9 is official, and surprises anywhere?
No.
No.
Sort of.
Yes.
What?
What was the surprise?
What was the surprise?
Well, I didn't expect that home Bixby.
Oh no,
just the
phone.
Note 9 part.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So yes, let's go to the what you called the Bix box.
The Bix box.
The Bix box. We're going to talk about the Galaxy Home, which is their new smart speaker, which Samsung introduced today, and there's no pricing or availability about it. It's supposed to have a partnership, or Samsung has a partnership with Spotify, and what else is new about it? We'll know more about it at Samsung's developer conference, whenever that happens. Okay, you guys have a lot to say about the speaker, so have at it, Bridget.
Bridget's gonna pull up a tweet I just made. If we
Yeah.
could pull that up,
Yeah,
no? Do we have the technology to pull up my tweet?
All right, so
Look, if you're gonna make a speaker that looks like a witch's cauldron, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get your ass hocus pocus.
and a nice shout out to Morgan Little for his quick analysis, showing that the
Oh
I wonder what they're brewing.
the fat Google Home, that they're brewing like Bixby to be better.
I've also seen on Twitter people compare it to be like a grill.
Ooh.
You have the whole.
Like the egg, like the big green egg.
No, but
it's a grill. It's a grill.
Yeah. It's big. It's a big. It's a big Bixby.
The best is I wish we could pull up the still where like they actually show what the thing is next to the guy, and I'm thinking like, oh, it's just the size of like a Google Home or something like that. It's like the size of his head.
I thought it was an end table size because I couldn't tell what was going on. There's no sense of scale for the longest time until you see what appears to be like maybe like a 15-inch, maybe like this laptop size thing, and that's kind of an enormous device.
It's big. It's gonna take off. Like to another planet and go somewhere.
And the thing is, it's powered by Bixby, and there was a demo of
That's
Bixby.
what I want to hear. That's how you sell me. Well, this thing works on Bixby.
Okay, we don't want to. We're not trying to hate.
It's like the 11th place digital assistant. I don't even know what 4 through 10 are.
There's Cortana.
Sure.
And that also exists. So, look, I don't want to hate on Samsung's ambitions to have a smart speaker or smart assistant because competition's always good.
Sure.
But that being said,
it's got to work.
Yeah. It's kind of like Bixby and Siri are like neck and neck for like useless. So
I just don't think it is you create a compelling argument for your digital voice assistant by showing me stuff I've seen 10 years ago. I mean, the dude just said like, "What's for dinner?" And it's gonna do that. We've established
that bare
that's
minimum.
like entry level. Come on. Like what? Like directions and stuff? Am I crazy? Is anyone else? It's okay to agree that that was underwhelming. He's like, we're restaurants in New York.
No, he said applause. Clap.
He had to tell people to applause. That was upsetting.
When they were doing the whole Bixby announcement, they're explaining these new contextual awareness things. If you have just joining us and you didn't catch that entire amazing show from Barclays, the person giving that part of the presentation did tell the audience directly, it's okay, you can applause. He stopped and then says, clap. He commanded them
He did that again, too, after he did it. You can clap now.
That's the thing, though. Like you're saying, Jeff, there was nothing so amazing that was like, whoa, wait, it can do that? It's not like the duplex moment when you're seeing that in I.O. And Google's got this robot that can call people. And it's like, you know.
This is the chance to impress. Like, this is the first impression that you can't get back. And
well, they tried by putting 160 of them in the
cool.
stadium
to
be like, okay, that whole little segment was all the audio came from 160 devices, but they are quite thick.
And that's exciting because I think they're all playing in sync. That's probably like a room sharing, whatever that is.
If you can link 160 of them.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. That's the first thing I'd do first.
For my arena, that's what I'll do in the arena.
My entire apartment's floor is just.
You have to walk on that.
That's how it's going to work.
It's the floor now.
My ceilings are too high. Why not? I need to bump my head a lot more. Those things look enormous. We'll find out more about that in the future. We've got the Galaxy Watch. That was rumored for a while, and they did show a rose gold version of it, which is the thing that we saw on the Samsung site.
I was impressed with the look of it. I mean, I want to see it in person for myself because obviously looking at something that is a rendering is always a little different than like on the screen than in person. But yeah, I was impressed with that. It says a couple different exercise modes, like 6 exercises it can auto detect.
Yeah.
And yeah, the look of it looked pretty snazzy.
Battery life sounds cool.
They claim several days. Now
that's as little as 3, I guess. Because when you say
you're not doing much on it though, I can imagine.
And this is also supposed to have LTE connectivity, which is interesting, so it could work on its own.
Right.
It didn't look like it was running Wear OS. It looked like something different. I couldn't tell if that was Wear OS because the notifications looked a little different. And then we're talking about getting all these 60,000 watch faces from the Galaxy store, but you can get that on Android as well, so it's kind of a murky situation.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. Still, though, haven't found a compelling reason to have a smartwatch.
Well, it's carriers around the world, what 30 carriers around the world, so yeah. I mean, water resistant for swimming.
That's positive. I
mean, the thing about smartwatches is that they always look a little too big and a little awkward, and I don't know, I kind of like the look of this.
I don't mind, big chunky watches. I like a chunky watch, but
well, for the chicks out there, we don't always.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a very large wrist, so I'm particular when it comes to watches as well.
I just want it to do the thing it's supposed to do. And if this thing dies on me, I'm very frustrated. And that's the thing. A watch is supposed to be a watch, and that's why I wear a watch.
You don't want to have to worry about another thing to charge and then not have your watch, right?
And speaking of charging, they did introduce officially the wireless charger Duo, which looks exactly like what was leaked. And it was there.
There you go.
Yay.
Okay, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
I'll care more about wireless charging when we finally enter that world where I can walk into the Starbucks in any other place and just slap my phone down and have it work everywhere.
I'm talking about that wireless technology that works like Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're just like in the zone, the charging zone.
Just there.
And they were all just kind of mulling around an area getting charged.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah. I've seen this. That's like long range kind
right.
of stuff. And it's usually
it
very
feels dangerous, but I don't care.
It just sounds like,
Just beam me.
And then in theory, you would never need to charge your device because you're always being charged.
Totally.
Which is weird to say out loud.
I know.
You're always being charged. So we've got, so let's get back to the Note 9. We've got pricing on this device. It's starting at $1,000?
Yes, $1,000.
For the 128 gigabyte version. And the massive 512 gigabyte version
is $17,000.
That's the Note 9 edition.
Samsung's new Galaxy Note 9. This is Samsung's phone for power users. And it is distinguished by the S Pen stylus built in. Now,
can you hear us?
I don't know if they can
I think
hear
that's her first look.
It does differ a little bit from the Note 9, but you're going to see a lot of continuity.
So Jessica got to try out the Note 9 recently, and she got to test out how this device works. It did have the snazzy yellow stylus, and for those of you who want to know, the yellow stylus is exclusive to the blue version. You have to buy the blue one, and that one has a contrasting stylus.
So none of the other styli?
They all match.
They all match properly.
Oh, okay.
There is the purple color, the lavender, excuse me, and the ocean blue. Those are
Right.
the ones that we're showing off right now. The new stylus is rechargeable because it's got Bluetooth and it gets charged by that massive 4,000 milliamp hour battery in that phone. So Samsung claims a 1-minute charge gives you 30 minutes of writing. I don't know why you would write for 30 minutes, or usage actually. And if the stylus is dead and it has no charge, you can still do all the things you would normally do with the stylus, which is writing and drawing.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. So like the remote functions would die in 30 minutes, which is fine.
I'll live, yeah.
And for those, I heard a comment earlier that people are going to lose their styli a lot more. You're going to lose your S Pen because you're walking away from it. The Note does have an alarm, so if you do go further away from it, it'll beep and tell you, hey, you left your pen. So I have that thing turned on, and I did that at the office, and it was like, get back, go to the conference room.
You know, it does regenerate too.
Oh yes, that's right. How did we forget about that? The Note 9 manufactures S Pens on the go.
It's a gross process.
It's a three.
It's disgusting to watch.
Okay, that didn't happen. If that happened, we would have let off with this auto-generated.
Could you imagine?
Biotechnology.
Oh,
Or
there's like a doctor there for some
It could just
reason.
be a 3D printer built in. I was just thinking that, he's like, new pen will be ready in 2.8
Oh,
days.
that's gross.
Oh, okay.
I don't
You're
know
making it like organic and gooey.
Yeah, I don't know why it's alive.
You want
I don't know why it's like actual. Anyway.
Listen,
Samsung.
you lost it. You lost it after the cauldron. You just lost it.
So my brain went
Okay.
kaput.
Well, okay. Since your brain went kaput, let's talk Fortnite. Obviously,
Okay.
that came out true. So what are the details here? I think it's not just for this Note, obviously, because the Note doesn't come out until the 24th.
Right.
Yeah. So
It actually has nothing to do with it.
they said at the event, they said, or the CEO of Epic mentioned that Galaxy users can get it right now, and I think the exclusive is for a few days. If I'm right on that, I'm not sure.
It's only a couple days.
And you can get Galaxy Man though with
Yeah,
it.
there's an exclusive skin.
That's the thing. A special Galaxy Man type of character.
Does that intrigue you, Jeff? Because I don't play this game honestly, so
So
I don't know.
play it either. I don't. I've played like maybe 20 matches, and I was like, well, this
That's
isn't very
20 more
good.
than me. So do people really get into the skins?
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
game?
the level of customization I think is like important to people. I don't know if, look, like if you're incentivized by a skin, I mean, that's how like a lot of pre-orders work with video games. People pre-order stuff from different retailers because they have exclusive, kind of bonus stuff. It's a nice little add-on. I don't think there'll be much more of it beyond that. Think of it as like a bonus. And then maybe not
A
the
little
driving
gift,
force.
a little
Yeah,
gift for, you know.
Little Easter egg for you.
I'm just wondering, is that APK gonna show up somewhere else? APK for non-nerds, the Android package. So these apps can be sideloaded. So once that
Yes,
app
it
is out
will
now,
show up.
it's gonna show up within the next hour.
Whether or not it's somehow coded to not go online if it doesn't handshake with the device it's on, I could see that being a thing. But someone will figure it out.
Yeah, I think so. It's just going to be just have to trick it to know it's a Galaxy if it'll run on that at all.
Yeah.
But then it'll be out for everybody in a couple of days anyway. So this exclusive is tiny.
And it starts today, the exclusive for Galaxy stuff.
I'm trying to see if we have any data on the watch pricing or anything like that right now because I don't recall seeing that during the event.
They really did not lay out how much these things were going to cost in terms of the watch and availability, I think.
Or the wireless charger.
Yeah, that was just like, we have it, and go look it up later.
I mean, same thing with the with the cauldron, the Home. What is it? Galaxy Home.
Galaxy Home.
It's got some nice legs.
It's got some real nice legs.
With some nice little nubbins
some
on the
udders.
bottom.
Yeah, I mean that was just sort of like a product announcement, let alone when and how much.
We got a tweet using the hashtag CNET Live, Mr. Dodo Joe. You know what's S? That you can't play Fortnite if your device is rooted, even though it's hidden. So that's interesting. So
say that again. You can't play
Fortnite if your device is rooted.
Okay.
So if you actually are somebody who's being a little hackery with your phone, you won't be able to do that. So I haven't tried that out. Did you try it out already? How do you know this?
I feel like people have been. I don't want to 100% say that I know people have been playing Fortnite Android, but I'm pretty sure people have already been playing it somehow because it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there.
It's out there. I want to believe it's out there.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's true.
You
Jurassic
go,
Park.
when you go Jeff Goldblum, I get lost there because it's just Goldblum out.
Well, the phone, I mean, lots of talk about the camera features, having some AI on it.
Oh, right. That was, I think I ran out of the room during this. This.
Yeah, it was like able to like detect, you know, how you're taking a photo, I guess, and adjust the lighting. So.
Oh, the photos.
That seems cool.
By the way, the photo features didn't make me run out of the room. That was a totally separate occasion.
Unrelated.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's supposed to be able to detect up to like 20 different scenes, and if you can frame the item, it's like, oh, it's a person, so we're going to change the white balance, exposure, and other settings, or like that's some food over there. It's supposed to be able to change the settings for you on the fly. As far as I know, you can't turn that feature, like you can't tweak it. It's either on or off. And you can't just take a photo and then say, hey, I want to see what that photo looks like without the feature. It's like, no. So it's smart, but you might not want to use it. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll test it out once we get it.
I would like to see how smart it is, yeah. Because otherwise then I would just want to turn it off and do it myself.
I've got another tweet. They sent us an image of Jeb Bush, where he famously or infamously said to the audience, please clap. Which I now remember. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Please clap.
That was weird. There's no two ways about it, but it was kind of funny. Whatever. Mr. Doodle was there. Okay?
That got you excited.
Mr. Doodle is the coolest.
Do I have to stand like this when you mention him?
If you want to. Mr. Doodle is a really impressive like doodle artist, and I'm glad they were able to pay him enough money for him to come over there. So that's cool.
So they had him like use the thickest like marker-y kind of thing.
What's funny about Mr. Doodle, if you don't know, because Mr. Doodle is a very prolific artist, he is like a big marker on pen guy, a marker on paper guy. And for him to like just like abandon that, his trademark tool for that, I mean, all I'm saying is way to cash in, Mr. Doodle. It's the right application. You could do
some more intricate work with the note because it's like it's supposed to be super sensitive, 4,096 points of pressure or whatever else. He's drawing like a stick man, and I'm like,
that's what he does.
What a powerful phone! That's the way I'm going to spend $1,200 so I can draw a stick man. Stick man.
No, I love Mr. Doodle. There he is. He's the best.
There he goes.
He's got one outfit.
He's
awesome.
And he's drawing at one of the prototype notes.
The cool thing about him is like it's always it appears to be stream of consciousness. He doesn't, I mean, I'm sure he has somewhat of a plan, but he just kind of like hypnotically goes and goes and goes. I like Mr. Doodle.
I love the fact that the most exciting things about this event, even though there's an amazingly powerful phone out there,
and the screen, the you know, the runway.
Oh, the presentation
that
itself.
Was cool.
Oh, they always kind of go
that
all
was
out
impressive,
on their screens, yeah.
You have to be looking at it like a perfect angle for the effect to work, but I thought that was pretty cool.
And also the people in attendance apparently had light-up bracelets that would change color when the Spotify guy came out. Eck, what is his first name?
I forget his first name, but yes.
When he came out, all of the wristbands turned green. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just like,
and I saw
wow.
them flashing yellow and going back to blue whenever the Stylus came out on the screen, so it was like trying to get this whole effect going.
It's a heck of a show, but because of the amount of leaks of the Note 9, it's exactly what we thought it would be. The only thing we've got confirmed is the pricing, and that it's got 4 colors, I want to say.
Yeah.
There's a black, a copper, a purple, and blue. So I think I've seen other photos where there was a gray one, but I didn't see that during this presentation.
It was straightforward. It's going to get the job done, and it comes in a cool yellow color.
It was straightforward.
And I kind of appreciate that. I mean, I think it's got a little wackadoodle. I guess I was giggling a bit when that, you know, Bixby Home or Galaxy Home came out. But for the phone, at least, they were really straightforward about it.
I'm actually excited about the watch. If that thing is any good, I will be thrilled to actually have a smartwatch that works for days. If I can somehow get over the idea of this is the usage. Oh, look, I can see on the subway. That's the thing I got to get over. They didn't mention the pricing. If it's like $199, I think would be good. If they have a package deal or something, that'd be neat. What about you, Jeff? Are you going to go pick up or pre-order a home?
Nope. I'm not going to do that, but mostly because the whole Bixby thing. I mean, it might sound really good, but I don't want to use that that platform.
It's big. Do we have room for this in our New York apartments? I don't.
Well, I don't live in a New York apartment. I definitely have room for it, but I just don't. I don't think I need that. I think I like the fact that there are a lot of smart speakers out there that have like Chromecast built in now. So it doesn't matter what you have, you can mesh them all together and have multi-room play, and maybe this will have that too. If you notice when they were trying to talk up Bixby, our buddy who kept telling everyone to clap, finished saying like, oh, but don't worry, you can also use Google Home on this. We didn't completely neuter this thing.
Was that on the speaker or was that for Bixby?
I think that was for the phone.
was using the phone, yeah.
I don't know if the speaker will have it.
Right. I don't think we're going to get a choice. I think that's one of the reasons why people they shy away from the HomePod as well, because you're stuck with Siri. I believe Apple Music, and you can't choose beyond that.
It's insane.
And so
well, they all want to have their own on there, right?
And Samsung's smart enough not to try to recreate Samsung Milk. At least they partnered up with
I
Spotify.
don't even remember that.
It was one of the worst names.
It was going to be their media streaming thing.
That's what I was thinking when that udder came in. I was like,
the leg of the home does look a bit like an udder.
That's all.
It's got a nice little nubbin on it.
That's it. There it is.
I think that's going to do it for us, unless anybody's got any parting words.
No, I thought this was, obviously what we expected. I think Samsung has a lot of like consolidation to do, a lot of housekeeping to do, but for the most part, they delivered on what was leaked, and you can't really ask any more than that. I mean, it'd be cool if they like totally shocked everyone with a last minute, announcement, but that's really not how these things work.
I think they put some pressure on Apple to do better with their memory on the phone, because
Sure.
because when they really started the beginning with a dig at how we're deleting everything, and if you just don't want cloud services, if you're just tired of all those nagging things about memory, they did a really good job with bringing that point home and starting with a bigger memory. So I really like that, and the fact that you could get to a terabyte if you needed to.
They are good at poking Apple, and I respect that. I think like there should be a little bit of like this playful kind of competition, but again, like I think 128 gigs on your phone is pretty good, and like I said earlier, in this age of streaming. But you're right, like the fact that the option is there, it's good to be able to offer people that.
I like shooting in 4K as much as I can with my phone, because eventually I'll be looking back at these videos and I'm like, why would I record in 1080p?
Yeah.
But they take up a lot of space.
Totally.
So if this phone is capable of shooting that way, I want to shoot it in 4K as high as I can, high res that is. And I think that storage would be very useful for that, especially if you're going to tout the camera, such a big deal. If you're going to be able to record that way, take giant images, why not have the storage there? And yeah, you're not worried about, did it back up to the cloud? Did it back up? It's right here.
Right.
It's fine. So
plus you're downloading Fortnite on your phone. I don't know how big that APK is. It's gonna be pretty big.
There's gonna be lots and lots. That's the other thing. More and more apps.
Yeah.
You can have larger apps. All right. That's gonna do it for us at CNET.